Good evening, folks. It's Diamond with the Oppenheimer Ranch Project, Magnetic Reversal News, Sacred Geography, and Shinrin Yoku, bringing you a grand solar minimum update Wednesday, March 8th, around 6:30 p.m. Mountain Time 2023. A large prominence eruption from the sun is not Earth-facing. Good news. The bad news, multi-day flash flood threat continues across waterlogged south while the north braces for snow. Ho, ho. Keep calm. It's boom time. Some California residents are urged to prepare 2 weeks of essentials ahead of expected flooding. That sounds catastrophic. Officials in California are imploring residents to prepare for a powerful storm set to lash the region with torrential rain later this week as the state continues to recover from colossal amounts of snow that trapped many mountain communities for days. Now, about 16 million people across central and northern California, including the San Francisco Bay Area and Sacramento, are now under flood watches early Wednesday ahead of a storm set to drench the region Thursday with dangerous amounts of rain in most of the places that currently have existing layers of heavy snow from previous brutal storms. So that could be catastrophic flooding. New atmospheric river is now threatening flooding rain with 4 to 8 additional feet of snowfall for storm-weary California. Now, that will only be in the highest elevations, and we'll get to the full forecast in just a second here. Wisconsin also experiencing a winter storm watch beginning Thursday with significant snow possible. And Chicago weather, winter storm forecast for Friday could bring 6 inches of snow. And the early look Friday here, winter storm that could bring several inches of snow to Metro Detroit as well. Here's the forecast. Accumulating snow for the plains and the Midwest. Atmospheric river impacts for the West. A storm will track from west to east across the center of the nation today. Heavy snowfall is forecast for the plains, Midwest, and Great Lakes region, Thursday into Friday. Now, rain locally heavy and thunderstorms from the southern plains, lower Mississippi, and Tennessee valleys. Heavy for precipitation will track into the West Coast with more rain, flooding, and heavy high-elevation snow through the weekend. Here you can see those winter storms and warnings and watches, and the flood warnings here all around the foothills of the Sierras. So heads up and click on your county for more detailed information. Let's come over here and check out the snowfall totals. Here is Wednesday through Thursday. This system is moving through the upper plains Thursday into Friday here. You can see the snow. At the same time, snow is moving down from the Pacific Northwest down into the Sierras. So there's your heavy snow there. It'll be heavy rain in the foothills and, well, probably major flooding and mudslides. Stay tuned for the updates. So by the end of the weekend, another system will be moving through the plains to add insult to injury, and the pattern is looking quite snowy in the models through the end of March. Now, let's talk about Cyclone Freddy. Cyclone Freddy has likely tied the record for the longest-lasting tropical cyclone on Earth, according to the World Meteorological Organization, which will conduct a formal investigation after Freddy dissipates. But Freddy's not done yet. It is, in fact, closing in on Mozambique once again. And if you follow us over on our Twitter, Oppenheimer Ranch Project, at Diamond the Dave, you would see this incredible 3-week animation we posted early this morning of the longest-lived tropical cyclone on Earth. And it covers quite a distance here over 21 days. Absolutely amazing. With all these different cycles. And take a look at that eye forming out there. That was quite strong out here at that point. So, the longest-lived tropical cyclone is Cyclone Freddy. And you can follow us here over at Oppenheimer Ranch Project, at Diamond the Dave. Links will be below. Seismic update. No quakes of note. Good news. There is some moderate activity around the Ring of Fire. Nothing significant. We do have the most recent quake, 3.6, in Pahala, Hawaii. As Hawaii's Kilauea volcano stops erupting after 61 days of activity. Kilauea is one of the world's most active volcanoes, by the way. We also have an update here on Tanaga volcano. A swarm of earthquakes at this remote Alaska volcano signal unrest, and they have risen the alert level. The Alaska Volcano Observatory has raised the alert level to advisory status for Tanaga volcano late Tuesday after quakes became vigorous. Now, little is known about Tanaga. I'll leave you links below here to the Smithsonian report. The eruptive history is bleak. VEI zeros, 2 of them. Other confirmed eruptions, but no attribution to the scale. And Tanaga is kind of pointy, so anything that happens here, probably just a quick puff and a pass. Now, New Zealand is on alert over a super volcano with quite an explosive history here, and it's Taupō volcano. This super volcano is situated under Lake Taupō. And this super volcano is being closely watched after it unleashed a magnitude 4.4 earthquake and several aftershocks a few days ago. So, hopefully, that isn't a sign of things to come at Taupō. Overall, normal activity on volcanoes worldwide. Now, we did have a large Prominence eruption. That's not headed towards Earth. Very minor flaring over the last 24 hours. In fact, a 24-hour period of basically nothing. And the sunspots, well, they are peppering the disk. Let's look at the latest HMI intensity. There are several. I can see at least 7 sunspot groups, and none of them are really active, which is good news for us at Solar Max. Usually lots of flares shooting out of the sun, maybe wreaking havoc here on communications on Earth, and that's just not occurring. There is a close-up of that Prominence eruption yesterday. And a quick look at telemetry here is Discover solar wind. As we can see, the plasma wind speed is dropping off and the density is quieting out. Now, a congressman says alien UFO tech is being reverse engineered in secret. Recovered UFO technology may be being reverse engineered right now, but we don't understand how it functions, according to U.S. representatives. This is the same story that Bob Lazar gave in the 90s. Tennessee Congressman Tim Burkett told Newsweek he believed we have recovered a craft at some point and possible beings. So, a link to that article will be below. And a warning coming out now. Stock market will crash in 60 days, according to best-selling author on Lehman collapse. And it's not looking like the stock market is doing very well today. Dow down 200 points, over 0.5%. NASDAQ down, S&P down. So, take what you will from this. It's just a warning, and that's a boom to knowledge. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Please give us a thumbs up, share this on your social media, help us grow, become a Patreon, support the work we do. We love you. Be safe. And that's a boom.